everybody. We are playing ValiDate, and let's get into it. Let's load, and I can't remember where I was at. I think I was here. Well, now you really can't leave. You already hooked her in and might as well keep reeling. You take a seat in the back and pull out your phone, strolling social media as the past until things are over. You watch her from the corner of your eyes. She seems to run this place, and she smiles a lot. Huh? You avoid thinking about it. You definitely didn't spend the entire past hour thinking about how you like her smile so much. Absolutely not. That's lame as hell. The light cuts back on and everyone leaves. Slowly but surely, you don't pay attention to them. You got other plans in mind. Malik Patterson will get laid tonight. She looked at peace as she cleared the set. You decide to be a gentleman and help her out, reaching down to pick up the mic stand she was holding from the ground. Let me help you with that. She looked surprised when you helped her, but you didn't pay it any mind. It's all part of the charm. You pick up a few more mic stands, placing them where the others are grouped near the back. No, you didn't have to do this. You could have left when everyone else left. I can't be a good guy? Wow, what a world we live in. Yeah, that gets you get a laugh out of you. Being an unironic yellowstick isn't that funny. She even rolled her eyes at you. Ouch. You bring your hand up, touch your chest, finger in offense. Fine. Can you put this by the other mic in the corner? Sure thing, princess. Okay, maybe you didn't have to say princess, but it got her to work up again. And honestly, that's another point for you. Malik 3, Yolanda 1. You take your time as you try to properly organize the mic stands. You're trying to make a good impression, or that might be just the profession in you. You really can't tell at this point. You know you don't have to. I know, just wanted to make a good first impression. You didn't have to say that, but you guess you made your mind up. First impression? You like what you saw today? You let out a laugh, abandoning your task before strutted towards her. You get a bit closer than a stranger would be, leaning your hand against the beam behind her as you look down at her with a smirk. It's time, your favorite part of flirting, the praise. I'm gonna go with, what am I gonna go with? I'm gonna go with, I like it if you listen to my music more. I like it more if you listen to more of my music. She gives you a sort of dry look, almost like she was 2 seconds from asking you to leave. Honestly, if she did, you wouldn't be mad about it. That wasn't your best line. But hey, a man gotta share his music. Fine. Tell everyone to go home. I'll clean this place up myself. What? You think cleaning is going to win me over? Man. You realize you don't actually want to do that. Shit. Okay. Let's backpedal a little. Oh, I was kidding. I wouldn't do that. Uh-huh. Unless you want me to. You need to stop talking. F. Quit it. How do you get out of this? Wait. That's easy. Just look like you're joking. You smirk, and once you notice you're still standing over her, you take a step back to give her some room. Thank God you showered, and brushed your teeth before this. If you really want some pussy, you're going to have to try a lot better than that. Alright. Yeah, you were not expecting that one at all. She really effing got you there. You didn't expect to have to try so hard tonight. Guess you have to bust out the big ones then. Sheesh. Fine. What do you want? Don't you have the rest of the mixtape to show me? You perk up, but you can't show your excitement. It'll scare her away. You haven't had much luck being vulnerable with women. Wait, didn't you say it was awful? Now is she trying to get in your drawers? Man, women these days are too confident. Not that you have anything against a confident woman, you just don't need a hard on in public, especially in front of a woman you just met. You wonder if she's into doming. Yeah, but I still have to listen to the whole thing. F, yes, God F, yes. You won. You finally won. And there we are, thinking of what this was going to be a bust. Again, you calm yourself down so you can step away from this at any moment, and the thought of that is a little scary. Usually the women you F with are wrapped around your fingers, but she's acting like she couldn't care less. Honestly, it's hurting your ego, but you ignore it for the time being as you reach into your bag to grab your keys. Now let's go. You don't get close to her this time. You dangle your keys above her head instead, realizing she's not as short as she thought she was. You could just lean down and... So, how do you want to smoke? Do you smoke? What? You're in love. You're literally in love. You haven't had a girl impress you like this in years. You're staring and you know you're staring, but F. Okay, Malik, come on. You can't sit here with your mouth hanging open like a fish. You close it and grin and says, sitting back before you speak. Come on, not all rappers smoke. I know, but you do. How do you know? She reached into between your seats to pull out a honey Dutch wrapper. You probably forgot to throw it out. Touche. You realize you reach into your pocket to pull out a lighter, one of your specialties, one that removes the safety off of. Fiddle it with your hands. You glance at her from the corner of your eye, realizing how close she is with the blunt between her lips. The light-skinned player in you comes out in full effect, almost like there's a full moon out. You quickly remove the blunt from your lips, your hands moving to cup her cheeks, tilting her chin slightly as you kiss her. There is no hesitation. If anything, it felt like a desperation. She returned the kiss like you two are in a long-term relationship, and she just been reminded of the reasons why she loved you. It's like you're kissing Alice. Despite everything. Despite it being nearly a year since you two have been intimate, you still yearn for her. You still search for Alice in every situation. You ache for that intimacy, that passion, a love so grand it shatters your thoughts and leaves you reeling, speechless, breathless. The hands on your shoulders bring you back to reality. Okay, yeah, you're kissing Yana. Probably not a good idea to be thinking about your ex-girlfriend while making out with another woman. Your hands move to run along just her sides before you realize she never gave you permission to touch her beyond kissing. You freeze. Your hands sort of hover in space between you two. You're the first one to pull away. You look down at her with a smirk, slyly lighting the blunt before stealing it from her to take the hit, just as you planned. If you only kiss me to get the first hit, that's a low blow, man. Low blow? That's called being smart. The white man's education doesn't teach you that. White man's education? You let out a laugh, exhaling smoke out the window. She had been a little too critical for your idealistic for your liking. Most women don't even question it. But again, she isn't like most women. It's almost like something's wrong with her. I guess I'll joke about it. You know how the white man lies sometimes, like how periods ain't act natural, like the CIA killed Tupac because he was about to expose them, you know? Periods ain't natural. Not if you take care of all your body. Take care of your body. Oh my god. You was joking about the first part. You ain't that stupid. But it is pretty funny to pretend to be that much of a hope tip. You kind of want to see how far you can get by fucking her. You know that complete bullshit, right? How is it bullshit? It's been proven by many women who eat right. Serena Williams is one of the most athletic women on the planet, and she still get her period. Take that. Where app ass prana elsewhere. I don't play that shit. Okay, ouch, damn, she's cold. Maybe you shouldn't try to get on her bad side just to be funny. I didn't get it from where's app. I got it from her book. That's even worse. No, I was gonna say bitter. Bitter's probably worse too. Okay, you're laughing. Maybe it's a bit more high pitched than you would like it to be, but who cares? You can tell just eased her nerve. You can tell you just eased her nerve. You surprised she didn't pick up on it earlier. This one must put up with a lot of bullshit. I'm effing with you. I know periods are natural. I have 2 sisters. I'm not that stupid. She quiet for a moment and then you realize she's giving you your car an over once. You quickly do the same, scan in the front seat for a trash you forgot to pick up. Having 2 preschoolers is hard. Kids are messy and working pretty much a full-time job makes it hard to keep up with them sometimes. You got kids? There it is. Yeah, Renee and Roman, 2 different moms. As long as I don't post you on my socials, you'll be fine. You're just full of effing problems, huh? It hurt. It hurt so bad that you give her a point. Malik 3, Yolanda 2. She's right. You are full of problems. A whole lot of effing problems too. Too many to write in your lyrics. You just never properly articulate them. And maybe that's why you'll never excel in personal rap. Huh. You struck attempting to steer away from your approaching bad mood with a lighthearted joke. Not a problem if I act right. That's what my mom would say. So you're mama's boy. Oh, come on. F no. My mom hates me. Both my parents do. What? Oh. First of all, you're an idiot. Why the F would you say that? Women don't like it when you get emotional. You've had women express how emotional weakness is such a turn off, and you typically don't last long with them. You try not to talk too much about your personal life to anyone. So why was she different? You can get out of this. You always manage to find a way out of every bad situation. You put yourself in. It isn't that big of a deal. Wait, she's showing interest? It's like she wants to know more about the effed up family life you have. Sure about that? You even gave her an out and she still keep pressing? You hope she isn't one of those healing therapist types you hear about on Bitter. Next thing you know, she's going to pull out crystals and suddenly you'll get a nosebleed. You think it over, realizing how bad Cottonmouth is kicking your ass. You reach behind to grab one of Roman's bags, pulling out a few mini bottles of water for the 2 of you. Taking a swig of the water, you realize your Cottonmouth might just be anxiety. You're not used to talking about yourself, or really about anything deep with anyone. It's nothing more than surface level conversation, something you've grown to used to in the years of customer service interaction. Sometimes knowing too little about someone is for the best. It takes a moment for you to gather the courage to speak. You realize you've been staring out the window in front of you since the last time she spoke. Has it been seconds? Minutes? You take a deep breath before speaking. She did ask for this. I'm Guyana. I'm saying it so wrong. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. Both my parents came from Guyana in the 80s and started a new life. Dad even got a white ass last name just to assimilate and follow the white man's rules. He met my mother and they fell in love, had a wedding, and yada yada yada. You know how that shit goes. One of the few things you completely resent your father for, the way he assimilated to America's culture just to fit in, then did nothing with his life after. Now you're stuck with a white ass last name, and half of the Ghanaians you don't even think you're one of them. I still think I'm an accident, but growing up my dad always seemed to hate everything I did. I was really into art growing up, and one day my dad got so fed up with my shit that he banned me from drawing. Forced me to read books and focus on medical shit. They wanted me to be a doctor despite my dad driving a cab for 30 years. And my mother being a secretary at the mayor's office. Your mother tried to stop him. She believed in you until she couldn't fight him anymore. He was a demon in the house. You and your siblings all resented him to this day. I never went to medical school. I got my high school diploma and decided that I didn't want to finish college because I thought that shit was a waste of my fucking time. I wanted to be a ghostwriter for a long time before realizing that I shouldn't be the one with the fame. People should be looking at me instead of the lucky asshole spitting my rap. When you have two African parents who push academics on you for so long, you just don't go that route. They resent you. The day I told my mother I was dropping out of the college and I just wanted to focus on music, she cursed my head and kicked me out. You realize you probably regret doing it, but that moment still traumatized you to this day. You can't even go to your childhood home without reliving the moments over and over again. It's one of the many reasons you try to avoid getting your mom to babysit. There's a long pause before you speak again, mostly because you're trying to fight back the break in your voice. Long story short, I'm still doing this music shit. It's going somewhere. My beats are doing better than my actual music, but for now, I work at Boppies waiting for my big break. Your big break feels like it's never going to come. You waited for years to finally feel like your hard work is paying off, and now you're finally getting some of your flowers. But it's not enough. Shit. F. Was she feeling bad for you? You don't want her pity. You don't want anyone's pity. You just want to be okay. Shit. I'm fine, Yolanda. Shit happens. Sometimes you can't please everyone in your life, no matter how hard you try. Your parents too. Despite everything, the one thing you learned in your 26 years is that you can't please the people you want to please the most. You remember back in the 6th grade when you came up with a report card full of A's and your father didn't even praise you. Instead, he yelled at you to take out the trash. It hurt, and you stopped putting that much effort into school after that. You realized it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter no matter how smart you were. Besides, it was either not going to college or getting random girls pregnant. That curse was meant for my head. You laughed, a genuine laugh. You never believed in curses until your mom cursed you, and now you're suffering by her hands. No matter how your connection to God or whatever higher being you believe in, you can't seem to lift it. Sometimes you believe the curse will be removed once you make things right with your mother. But 2 girls pregnant, you have 2 baby mamas. You scoff almost like she insulted you, which wasn't the case this time. That first one wasn't my fault. We used a condom. It didn't break neither. I feel like she did some shady shit and got herself pregnant. You realize how much you're gritting your teeth and decided that you really don't care enough to get angry over this. You take a deep breath, leaning back in your seat as you look out the window. Anyway, I'm done. It's not like I'm effing at the moment. You didn't even realize how well you set yourself up to easy shoot your shot until you said it. You couldn't help but grin as you leaned over to speak quietly. I could be. I live upstairs. Oh, nice. Nice. You did think she actually lived upstairs. It makes sense now that you're thinking about it. For more than 2 seconds, she did look like she ran the joint, so she probably owns a salon downstairs too. You're impressed by her home, but why so many fish? Like, does she have to be? Does it? There have to be 1,000 fish in a fish tank? What the hell? Fish aside, you take a look around the living room area. It's nice. It's match her aura or whatever. Damn, yeah, you live like this? What? All the candles. It's like a bedroom and face work in here. A home that smells good is a welcoming one. You crook an eyebrow at her, crossing your arm over your chest as you give her that look. You smoke a lot, don't you? Mind your business. You laugh with her, walking towards the fish tank to get a closer look, even snapping a few pictures to show to your friends later. Why would someone eat this many fish? Is she some serial killer that get a new fish every time she kills someone? Are you about to be a murderer? About to be murdered, I mean. So the only place still open is our pizza joint and the one bodega that delivered. What you want? Her voice brings you back to reality. You walk towards her to look at the menu in her hand before you remember the most important thing. I want to offer to pay. I'm gonna go and ask him to pay for it. I would offer to pay, but I don't know how he is financially. What if he's broke? And it just makes him look, or like she's like, oh, she's embarrassed or he's embarrassed, but it makes her look like, oh, well, you offer to pay, but you ain't got no money. But asking her to pay is like, I don't know. I'm just like, they both give me vibes. Like and it depends based off her personality. But she did ask what he wants, so it seemed like she would pay. Because if you ask him what you want, you're willing to pay. But for him to ask her that, it's like, I don't know if he should go over that route. But I'm gonna try. You paying? Oh, okay. I like how you said that though. Okay. You pay? You not? You really don't want to pay, honestly. You're saving up for the new pair of the daisies, and you don't want to pay for food when you don't have to. The one thing you learn from your father is how cheap you can be. I mean, I could, but this is your house, and I was messing with you. I'll pay. You let out a silent sigh of relief, breathing secure after this week's paycheck. She takes a seat on an expensive-looking couch, and you follow after her, sitting close to her, wrapping an arm around her shoulder like some cheesy rom-com. You realize you're far more comfortable than you typically would be at a stranger's house. You're surprised she just let you in like that. You really are some guy who came to open mic. You might as well have asked the question you both know you wanted to ask. So you live alone? Besides the fish? Yeah, pretty much. A full-on grin, followed by your attendant darting back towards the rather large fish tank. She has to have money. This is impressive. Why so many fish? Who needs kids when you can have shit tons of fish? There are like 700 in there. Wow, that's a lot of fish. And I know every single one of them. She's so proud. Okay, that's impressive and kind of high. Why is that kind of high? Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I like that. That's so pretty. Really? Sheesh. I wish I had 100 fish instead of 2 kids. Most days, that statement is true. It's not like you don't love your kids to death. You just wish you didn't have the responsibility of taking care of someone else. You regret having kids? Hell no, I don't regret them. Don't get me wrong. I love my kids. Just wish I waited, you know? At least until I settle down with someone I really effed with. Me and my baby moms can't even be in the same room for longer than an hour without one of them wanting to kill me. Your biggest regret, you wish you pulled out or used a better condom, anything to take the burden and responsibilities of kids off your shoulder. You want so much more to life than just picking up your kids from school and taking them to Chuckle W. Cheeser. Doesn't that mean you're the problem? You can't help but laugh at that one. She's unfortunately right about that one. You are the common the nature of 100% of your issues, but to be fair, you're working on it, getting better slowly but surely. Maybe so. The two of you watch the fish move. She looks satisfied with their movement, as if she's trained them to do that herself. Can you train fish? Despite her focus, she takes her hand in your own and pulls you closer. You press a kiss on her forehead before speaking quietly against her temple. You might as well ask. The worst she can say is no. Wait. I gotta save before I mess up I don't want to mess nothing up. Okay. Alright. So you're gonna let me fuck or no? Or, wow, he's so bold. Nah. You weren't expecting her to say no, so it still comes as a shock. You laugh, bringing her a bit closer as you rest your head against her own. You hope this isn't scaring her. The last thing you want to do is make her uncomfortable. Will you ever let me F? You might as well ask. You know how some women like to wait, but you really don't see the point of that. But then again, it has been a couple months since the last time you've gotten laid, so maybe that's your dicks talking and not the sensible person you claim to be. That isn't a good sign. Maybe in the future, when I get to know you better. Oh, you weren't expecting that. She's actually giving you a chance, despite everything. You look down at her, thinking it over before your attention darts back to the fish tank. The more you sit here, the more you realize you actually can't fuck this woman. Sitting beside her, slightly buzzed, the smell of roses filling the room. It reminds you too much of Alice. It reminds you of the time you two had together. The only time in your life you really felt like you were in love. You had a certain inspiration for Alice you haven't been able to find in any other woman. Yonder is different. But she just isn't Alice. No one can be Alice. And it isn't fair for you to expect that in another person. You decided the best choice of action was just to leave. You don't want to pull this innocent woman into the bullshit mess of your life. The last thing you need is another cat fight in the lobby of your apartment building. Dang. You stare, stretching for a moment before you look down at her, speaking with a calm voice. You do your best not to come off as upset, but you obviously felt like that. Upset for the other obvious reason, that is, getting laid isn't that big of a deal when you're hurting like this. You know what? I'm gonna go. Just remember, I have to pick up my kids tomorrow morning. What? I have kids, remember? I need to see that, yeah. Oh, she was so sad. Look, did you just hurt her feelings? It's almost seemed like she doesn't want you to leave, despite not wanting to fuck you. Does she really want to be friends with you? Was she serious about what she meant by waiting a little longer? You can't think about this right now. The longer you think about this, the harder it will be to leave. And you know your mother would curse you out if you oversleep and made her late for work. I'll see you later around, shit. You forgot about the food you two ordered. Your appetite long gone after thinking about Alice for a moment. You claim to be loved and respect. She sure can ruin your mood without even being here. You want to hug, you want to hug her, you want to apologize for doing her dirty like this, but you can't bring yourself to your inability to confront someone that you clearly hurt into full display. You feel bad, but not bad enough to do something about it. Yeah, I'm gonna get my food and head out. See you around, mother. Giving her a nickname as you rudely walk out of her home to get food from downstairs is not probably one of your proudest moments. You're an asshole, and if anyone up there heard about this, you mentioned would be a shamble for weeks. Aww, that's bad. I don't like that ending. You walk out, making sure to keep the door unlocked to return her food to her. It would be rude just to put it in on her doorstep, wouldn't it? You go back and forth with yourself as you slowly make your way downstairs. Should you go back upstairs and apologize and stay with her as long as she wanted you to? You just don't understand how a person like her would want to hang out with someone with so many issues. You have way too many issues. Despite the slow descent down the stairs, you're quick to run up those flights to ensure she get her food. You already walked out of her like that. Giving her cold food would probably piss her off even more. You stand in front of her door, setting on your own food down beside before you reached up in her hand and knock. You stopped yourself as you heard the sound of her sobbing. Did you make her cry? Oh, I don't like this ending. Good thing I saved. Not gonna do and apologize, that's fucked up. You should knock on her door and apologize. Be a good person for once in your life. F it. You knocked on her door. You have to make it right. You can't leave a woman crying like this. You might be a man and kind of a piece of a shit, but you have limits to see how bad of a person you can be in a day. And you think you already met your cap for the week. It takes a few moments before she opens the door. Her eyes are red. Before it meant if you were in her shoes, you wouldn't look at yourself either. You offer her the bath with her food already. After picking up your own, you take a step closer, bring a hand to press on her shoulders, which she quickly pushed away with her own. Her eyes still filled. Her sad eyes filled with disgust. Don't touch me. You don't even get the chance to speak before she snatched the drink out of your hand, slamming the door in your face. Okay, you deserve that. You'll take the L on this and give her a point. Aww. Yeah. Fish fry. I want to do this over. I don't like how this came out. Yeah, 800 fishes. Oh man, I'm gonna have to find a way to get the best ending. But that won't be until next gameplay. Hopefully the next gameplay I do a better job and I woo her and I get the best ending. Okay? Well, hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe. And later. And this one bodega that delivers what you want. Her voice brings you back to reality. You walk towards her to look at the menu in her hand before you remember the most important thing. All for the pay, huh? What are you talking about? You know what? I'll pay. Really? You know you don't have to. Nah, it's fine. I gotta be a gentleman. Goodbye, babies. You'll get the new pairs another time. You pull out your phone, looking over the menu with her before placing your order. And of course, your card gets declined. Wow, that's so embarrassing. Oh, man, if I knew that, I wouldn't have did that. You try again and still, Decline again. That doesn't make sense. You should have money in there. It isn't like you've been responsible with money lately. Besides, you just got a pay raise and got off child support for both your parents since you promised to see them more often. You realize this is probably an issue with the bank, not your account, but this is embarrassing enough. The finance woman watched your car get declined twice while you were trying to be a gentleman. This is embarrassing. You bite back and swear as you set the menu down. You know I can pay. It ain't a big of a deal. She's laughing at me. There's no way you can let her pay for you now. You would never let yourself live it down. Nah, actually, it's getting late. I should head home. I gotta take my kids to school in the morning anyway. But it really isn't a big deal. Malik, you know. That's fine. I'll see you around, Yolanda. You grab your phone and keys as you head out, pausing at the door to turn back to look at her with a smirk on your face. Despite your embarrassment, you still have to leave this place with a bang. Damn. You close the door behind you, but instead of making your way towards your car, you kind of just lingered in front of her door for a moment. You really made a fool of yourself, didn't you? Yeah, you can never come here again. You make your way towards your car and head back to your apartment. Thankfully, you don't have the kids with you for the night, giving you enough time to reflect in peace. Drowning in a fish tank. Okay, got me an achievement. Ooh, Tupac. Cool, I unlocked some stuff. The girl at the punishment, GG, breaks online.